For years, Pakistan believed that supporting groups like Taliban would work in its favor. They thought this strategy would help them maintain control over Afghanistan and keep their regional goals in check. But now this plan is backfiring very badly, causing chaos within Pakistan. So let me explain this issue to you. Pakistan is facing a massive threat from a group called Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, or in short, TTP. This group is responsible for numerous deadly attacks inside Pakistan. They operate from safe areas in Afghanistan, and their activities have intensified over the past year. In 2024 alone, Pakistan lost more than 380 soldiers in these attacks. And to respond to these attacks, Pakistan launched airstrikes in Afghanistan, targeting these Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan hideouts. However, this response has further complicated the situation. The Afghan government, led by Taliban, they did not take these strikes lightly. Rather, in retaliation, they carried out their own strikes and claimed they were targeting Pakistan. So what started as a security operation has now turned into a dangerous tit-for-tat conflict. And at the heart of this growing tension is a long-standing issue that is of border between Pakistan and Afghanistan, which is also known as Durand Line. This border was drawn over 100 years ago during the colonial times, or what we call it as British era. But Afghanistan has never recognized this border as a legitimate one. And this disagreement between these two countries is not just political, it's deeply rooted in history and identity. And the problem gets even more complicated because many Pashtun people, they live on both sides of the Durand Line. Some of these groups want to unite these areas into a single Pashtun region, or a concept we call as Greater Pashtunistan. And for Pakistan, this is a nightmare scenario. It threatens their territorial integrity and adds fuel to an already volatile situation. And to make matters even worse, the Afghan Taliban, whom once Pakistan supported, is now opposing Pakistan's efforts to secure this border. And for years, Pakistan thought that supporting Taliban would help them control Afghanistan. They believed Taliban would act as a loyal partner and assist Pakistan in maintaining its influence in the entire region. But things have not turned out the way they wanted. Now that the Taliban is in power in Afghanistan, they are completely refusing to listen to Pakistan's demands. One of the major examples of this is their lack of action against TTP. Despite repeated requests from Pakistan, Taliban has shown no interest in cracking down on this group. And this has left Pakistan feeling completely betrayed by an ally it once helped to bring in power. The rising TTP attacks and the escalating border tensions, all these have created serious problem for Pakistan. The public in Pakistan, if you see, public anger that is growing, and with many people demanding strong action from the government. But military action like airstrikes, all this risks making the situation even worse. And instead of solving the problem, these actions have only increased tensions with Pakistan and brought both of these countries closer to a full-blown conflict or a war. The situation has become so desperate that Pakistan is now considering turning to United States for help. Reports suggest that Pakistan might allow United States drones to target militant hideouts in Afghanistan. And this is surprising because Pakistan has often criticized United States for its involvement in this region. But it shows just how dire the situation has become for Pakistan's security forces and Pakistan's leadership. What's particularly striking about this crisis is how much of it is tied to Pakistan's own decisions. For decades, Pakistan supported groups like Taliban, thinking they could use them to achieve their goals in the region, even against India. But now these very groups are creating havoc inside Pakistan. And it's a classic case of a plan going horribly wrong.